What's up, familia?
Hi, kids.
Hey, it's Deadpool.
Hey, all right, get out of here.
Haven't seen you in a minute. We'll touch bases with you later on. We review your comic.
Oh yeah.
Before we get go ahead.
That was it. Hello.
I was gonna say, before we get into The Last of Us, like, there's a little gripe I want to say. You know, I know this is not our Marvel corner that we usually do, but
Oh my lord.
what is going on, man? It's crazy. First of all, we're the zombie and the hitman, and the hitman the zombie. You know, hope you guys like our new logo that we have on our page. If you haven't seen it, go check it out. Mm-hmm. Anyways, sir, I don't know if you heard this little quote that the director for Ant-Man and the Wasp: Adventures of Quantumania, something like that. Have you heard it?
Sam Raimi?
No, isn't it Jeff Loveness?
Yes, it was not Sam. Sam Raimi did Multiverse of Madness, and you know, the infamous very first.
And these are going to be the people. And these will be the people be writing the King Dynasty and Avengers Secret Invasion, or is it War? Something like that.
Yeah, Secret Wars.
So this is what the director and the writer had to see when it was asked. So when they asked about the variant Corey Starlin, which is the what's it called, the MODOK guy, Darren.
Yeah.
So they ask him, you think in the upcoming King Dynasty, if he does come back as a different variant, you think do you make him into an Avenger? And he goes, yeah, if we do bring him, he's gonna be even more stupider. The Avengers King Dynasty scribes they say that they refuse to listen to the fans, and if you guys want a more serious adaptation of MODOK, you should go play the damn game, because they don't give a F about what we as the fans have to say. And they also say this is not a Sonic takeover. So, I mean, you know, we have... How do you feel about that statement, first of all?
Well, that sounds made up.
Sounds made up?
Yeah, what? I mean, it sounds like maybe they said something and then there was some conjecture thrown upon it and people projected other things along. I think there was some subtext that people read way too much into.
But then, what's it called? He said in an interview, so I don't know if it's like you said, everything that you're reading online isn't going to be all true.
Yeah.
They said that they're just saying that they pitched heavily hard to have Darren be a comedic character, to have MODOK to be like a laughing joke right from the get-go. They had no plan of making him a threat or having him actually be portrayed as a monster or something like that. Like we've seen him in what's it called? When Ultra and him come back. What they call him? Is it Sigma Prime or something? Omega Prime?
Yeah,
what they call it?
That's the one from Marvel vs. Capcom where he merges with
Ultron, right?
Sigma from Mega Man, which is super awesome. Oh man, that'd be pretty cool. I would be into a Marvel vs. Capcom movie, first of all, even though the game was kind of. I mean,
yeah.
Nothing's hit as good as number 2. Want to take you for a ride?
Number 2, yeah.
All right, MODOK has always been a clown. He's always been a joke. I mean, of course, every clown has their day, and every once in a while they look pretty cool and they do some cool shit. But MODOK has always been kind of a joke. Like, he was kind of like an antithesis to S.H.I.E.L.D. and S.W.O.R.D. and all the other acronyms. And I mean, his name was that, and he had oh Lord, I don't remember what his agency was or whatever, but he had his own version of it. But he was pretty much just like like testing out new characters' powers and stuff. The way he was introduced, it was always like, who can beat this stupid floating blob up with their new powers the best? Like, and I think if they tried to make him serious, looking at his design and his backstory and whatever he is, like, I think it would have fallen a lot more flat. Like
Yeah,
it's hard to take that character seriously. Like look at, I mean, they had a similar character in what was his name? Was it the Mastermind? No, that's DC. No, the Mastermind is Marvel, but the guy that they had in
yeah,
Green Lantern, he was
yeah,
similar to
with the
what
big
Modok
brain.
kind of, yeah, and like he was stupid, and like it was dead serious and just
Yeah, I understand that, but the thing that got me to me is saying that that we can have a form and opinion about it. That us as fans, we just have to take it either way, because when a Marvel movie comes out, you guys are still gonna go and run and go see it in flocks, type of thing. And then if you guys are in the fence about Modoc, then we're all wrong for thinking that, saying those words that like, oh, you shouldn't think this way. Like, you guys gotta think of Modoc the way we tell you how to think about him, instead of being going online and critiquing our work and this and that. And they're saying that they found it was a passion, a labor of love, finding the balance between comedy and his seriousness. I'm like, dude, there was no zero seriousness. As soon as that shield went up, all the credibility just flew out the window, of I
yeah.
don't
I
know.
don't.
I just feel that, as like I said, like when we started this, we're passionate about Marvel and everything Marvel comics and all that good stuff about it. But now these two people are in charge of the going forward of the Avenger movies, and they're the one writing it. And I don't know. I feel like they're gonna be. You gotta be careful how you're gonna treat or hold one character in a high level. And these guys were like, I don't care about this guy, so let's just do it how the way we want it, type of thing. Well, I'm reading too much into it. I'm just read
Um,
it. I'm just
I
mad.
I don't know. I mean, with Rick and Morty going downhill, it looks like they're gonna get a shit ton more writers because that's where they seem to pull all the writers from. So, um,
And
yeah,
it's true that they have a whole list there.
I mean the chick who wrote or who
She Hulk.
directed She Hulk, yeah, and then there were a couple of there was like three total that they pulled straight off of the Rick and Morty writing cast, and like I don't know, man, I like where that show went, but I could see
I mean,
that.
if you're gonna if people hold, like you said, like if people already know, another thing too, the Taskmaster one, that anger Taskmaster from Black Widow movie, she was a
Yeah,
computer chip. She's like, choo, and then that was it. That was, oh my god, that's another error right there. But
yeah. I mean, there's been some blunders, but like I at least want to encourage them taking some liberties. Like I know that there are ad nauseum. There are so many comic stories, and I know a lot of people want to see them stay true. But I am definitely open to seeing like different perspectives and stuff, and different iterations of characters, and them take some risks. I mean, Taskmaster wasn't great for sure. I felt like they really botched that, but take some liberties, do something different.
yeah, but just like you're saying, like don't hold the characters that that you read. It's not gonna translate into the movies as well as we saw with Kang the Conqueror as well. You know.
But what makes him great is that he learns from history. Like he takes this kind of embarrassing "I got eaten by ants" nonsense.
It won't ever happen again.
Yeah, and he's gonna learn from it, and he's gonna build stronger and better and harder and faster.
But yeah, that just grabbed my attention. I just wanted to bring it up with the whole Modoc thing, that because I like when he said if you guys want a serious version of him, go play the game. That's the only version you'll get from us is from the game. Like, because you're moving forward, whatever we seem is going to be a comedic relief or something, we're going to make it into that. So I was just like, oh, okay. Well, thanks, sir.
Yeah, blown up out of context. I don't know. I don't think I mean, I think stirring controversy is definitely one way to go about it, but I don't think they necessarily were doing that.
Unintentionally, but they did. They rubbed people the wrong way.
Mm,
It rubbed me the wrong way when I saw him. I'm like, dude, he's supposed to be like. We went into it. You guys want to know the breakdown? Go see our review of Ant-Man and the Wasp: Quantumania.
you,
Right here, right there. Click the link right there. It's gonna say Wasp and Ant-Man right there, making wasp babies.
yeah. Ugh, you know how wasps make babies? No, no, thank you.
I don't want to know.
I don't know. It's not. It's not pretty.
So that was my piece on the whole Modoc situation. And oh my god, the larva, the
Oh,
larva.
it's ugly.
Well, let's jump into the reason why we're here.
Si, senorito.
Let's do it,
Let's
Michael.
freaking commence. That's not. Woo!
All right, guys, we're here to review The Last of Us,
ELLIE.
episode 7, Left Behind. Sound like The Rapture or something. Wasn't that a movie?
Was it? I don't know.
What's it called? The with that guy, the
Oh, that guy. Oh, I love that guy.
no, what's it
He's
called?
really good.
Osborn, the kid, the Spider-Man's best friend.
Dude, oh, I do this all the time too, and I just call him Harry.
Harry, there you go.
Hey, Franco. No, it's
There you go,
James.
there, Franco. He
James
did that
Franco.
with Joe Rogan, right? The Left Behind movie or
No,
something.
it definitely wasn't Joe Rogan. UFC, where's my win?
Ever seen the live action Lion King? I cannot get him out of my head. Pumbaa.
And then in the Chip and Dale movie,
Oh yeah.
all of his characters meet and they're like, "Whoa, you sound really cool. You sound like me." Like,
That was a trip, dude.
it was funny.
All right, guys. As we're winding down this review of The Last of Us, it's only what, two episodes left.
But yeah,
How do you feel like the progression between Joe and Ellie has progressed? I'm like, yeah, do you see the bond? Do you see like he's putting the Sarah image? This is a what if scenario for him, like a second chance for Ellie. I mean for Joel, right?
mm-hmm. I don't know. I think it's sweet and like it's and even there's been months that we haven't been with them, so there's been a lot of time for them to bond. And yeah, I think it's pretty natural and must be protected at all costs.
Oh, and I was gonna say I got around to finishing the Last of Us episode. I mean, episode 2 and fucking the game part 2. I finished it. So, yeah.
Oh, I never played it, so
So it's pretty cool. Like no spoilers from us for now, but I don't know if it's gonna go in season 2 and probably do a video breakdown on it.
supposedly what they said is that there's plenty of ammunition to where that won't even be able to be covered in season 2.
Please imagine, that's a big ass story, dude. I was just like, yeah, I was intrigued. I was moving.
Like it's 2 games, and with where they've gotten thus far, like
it's just the beginning type of thing, you know.
I don't know. I mean, it seems like it'll just be the part 2 of the game, and that's it. Like, I mean, they've expanded on some things, but they've also not done that. And they've compounded a lot of things. But like, I really wanted to see Joel and Tommy's like wonder years, like as.
Yeah, I was gonna ask you, do you want a season 2? I mean, you want it to continue? We'll put a little nice bow on it.
On the one hand, I feel like there's a lot of unexplored lore, and I think this is a nice avenue to do that with.
Yeah.
But on the other, especially apocalypse shows and lore and media tend to overstay their welcome a lot.
AKA The Walking Dead.
And sometimes it's nice to just put a bow on it. And like, not to mention, if they're planning on doing a little bit more with the game, they
Yeah.
probably don't want to go beyond what they've already established with the games. And like, not everything needs to be like grand and multiversal and shit. Like, there are stories, and you say The Last of Us, and you only follow, I guess, like 3 or 4 characters, right?
Yes.
Oh, Ellie, and then
Joe, Tommy here and there, and
yeah,
some of
like
the Fireflies.
there's so many other stories there, but it would have to come like organically. Like, maybe not do The Last of Us, maybe do like the Fireflies and like touch on that. Like when I played the game and then I saw the DLC, I was like, oh, cool, I get to see some Firefly stuff and see how they live and it's like, nah, that's not what you're doing here. You're doing episode 7 of the show instead. Like, all right, it was nice, but yes, there is some room for expansion, but maybe not on the main line. But this is their heaviest hitter so far, so they're probably gonna milk that cow to death.
Oh no, just I mean, you see Mando, so I mean, we're not speaking of Mandalorian, you know, different universe, of course. But I'm saying, like with Mandalorian, like we had no idea who he is, and then that means he could just branch out to different things, right?
Yep.
Like his A to Z is endless, countless. Like because this story is kind of made up, just tying in more, you know, more of the Boba Fett lore that was supposed to be for him into Mandalorian. They just put so for him, you're like, we don't know where it's going. For The Last of Us, since we played the game, is like, oh, okay, we have a kind of a roadmap getting there. It's just here, little exits from here, entering, exiting type of thing, which is a little roadmap that we have followed. They're like, oh, at this little checkpoint, we have arrived to where it's supposed to be, type of thing.
Which I think is going to contrast nicely with, I think it's Amazon Prime is doing the Fallout show soon, which I'm interested in seeing. Like Fallout is a blank slate. Like you can do anything.
Yeah.
And I think I know absolute dick about it, but like
it's like an open world shooter,
that's
right?
what the game is. Like you can do anything. Like everyone's experience is different. Gotcha. Except for, you know, like the main NPCs and whatever. But like as long as they're able to do that like experience with the jokes and the in humor, I think they'll be able to pull it off. But it's going to be quite the juxtaposition to this show, which is like you said, like you know where it's going.
Yeah.
So I don't know.
But also too, yeah, go ahead.
Depending how that plays out, they might be able to look at that and say like, oh, then we could do lore expansion because we can get a little more fast and loose with the lore.
I see what you mean. And also too is like the floodgate of video game adaptations.
Oh, everybody's trying to be the next one.
Dude, it's just like, oh, who can we get? You know, Resident Evil died in fucking Raccoon City, man. What the hell was that? Anyways, that was that one. Then the Halo came around and that one bombed too.
It's
just because I know, just because you have a freaking. And the thing that kills me is like, dude, you have the source right there. You know, you have everything you need to know. And I don't know how you could kill your own freaking show, man. Like everything is right in front of you.
If you open these things with heavy lore, like it's just it's such a double-edged sword. Like there's so much to draw from, but there's so much of trying to please too many. That like you draw and
stay true and stuff type of thing.
You either stay true and everyone's like, this is boring. It's the same thing. Or you try to deviate a little and people are like, what is this? She's not blonde. Like dude, like Little Mermaid is getting right now.
I know this is getting bombed, dude.
Sebastian's not a crab. What? I don't know.
What?
Whatever. I don't fucking know the controversy. But damn, dude, it is getting shatted on. But yeah, it's a double-edged sword, and I don't like. I think the ones that have the most room to grow and be fantastic are the ones that have like insert player. Like there's very little lore, and a lot of it is open to interpretation. Like I would go so far as to say, especially because Game of Thrones essentially was this,
Yes.
like From Software games. I think if you made like a From Software universe, like people would absolutely shit their pants. They would go nuts because like there's so little story, and you're like, I'm gonna play, and then I'm gonna read the Wikipedia page, and then I'm gonna find 45 items that tell me 2 paragraphs of story, and then people are like, oh, there's so much story. Like, the fuck? What are you talking? All right, whatever. Like, okay,
It's like Link, right? The Into the Wetlands, no, into the the open one. What's it called? The Zelda, the Breath of the Wild. I'm trying to get
oh,
at.
yeah, I wanted to see how many different.
Oh.
stories-
The one with the flute and then the mask and the little boat.
yeah, like Zelda. Zelda could be done, but I feel like too many people are too diehard for that. But like Mario, look at Mario. There's no story, man. It's the same thing. Like Bowser's like, yo, what up, Peach? You want to come over? And she's like, okay. And then like she comes over, and then Mario's like, let's save you. Like,
Peach is like, I don't want to be saved.
There's another game, I guess. Like, there's so much you could do because there's so much subtext and so much in between that you could
So
take.
many games, so many tubes, so many. I see what
Yeah,
you
like
mean.
even like right now, the biggest gripe is that like you took like a milquetoast ass dude like Crisp P Rat and you made him Mario. And it's like, all right, this is not. That's the worst thing you got against it. Then is I think it'll do okay, maybe.
I really enjoy the little scenes with the Luigi in the haunted mansion. That drew me. I was like, with the little bones and stuff. I was like, yep, it's gonna be a winner.
And like the other, if you've seen, like all the actors seem very passionate and they seem to fit the roles pretty well. I love Jack Black, but I feel like he's not. I don't know.
He's not groggly enough.
I love him. I want to see him own the role. That's all. I'll just go with that. So yeah,
I also
look forward to many video game media
adaptation. Yeah, it's coming, man. It's the year of the video game.
The year of the Jonathan Majors.
Sheesh.
Yay.
You think they'll make a Creed boxing game?
You can only do so much with the damn boxing game.
There is one back in the day and shit. Remember Mike Tyson's Punch Out?
Mike Tyson's Punch. No, there's been a couple since then, but yeah,
from EA, right? From
once you start implementing VR and it gets like, that stuff is like, that's legit cardio. That's usually exhausted after that. But like, I don't know. I'm not gonna sound like, oh my god, I have a fucking manga anime calendar.
I know. I was gonna say.
I can sound like it's fucking nerd. I don't care. One of his biggest inspos for Creed 3,
yes,
was this boxing anime called Hajime no Ippo, and like
I think I heard of it.
It's pretty legit. Like I checked it out because of that, and I'm hyped for the movie now. You know, like I watched the trailer for the movie. I don't watch trailers.
He doesn't watch trailers. Yeah,
who cares about the story? It's a fucking boxing movie.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
It looks fun, so I'm here for it. You know.
So yeah, that's our piece on video game adaptations.
Yeah, that's us talking about this episode. All the points. Talk about it. Sheesh. Let's get into it. How does it start?
We pick up right after last week's episode. You know, you see
Yankees.
Ellie picks him up. Man, that's strength on little child. He's like, I got you. Put you in the back. Start dragging him.
Yeah, that's
This...
why he straight fell. No. Dude, you're so heavy.
Get up, Joe. Get up. So we see him in with a little basement, and then that's when Joe is like semi-unconscious. Goes, go find the Green Ranger, please. So go north. Go back to Tommy.
Shove. She's like, no, you dick.
So he's like, get out of here. He's like, no, I can't leave you. So yeah, she goes to the door, and then we flash back. This is how many years back, but it's just.
Well,
so we see
right before. Yeah. We don't. I guess we don't have an established
time limit.
But I guess it was right before, right?
I thought I was seeing myself running those laps in PE, man. Didn't you hate that shit?
Actually, I was a good runner, but I remember I ran. We had some I don't know, some stupid triathlon or something, and I won. I ran like a little under 6 minutes in a mile.
Wow. Yeah.
Which yes, I couldn't do it now. But I did it, and then I was just throwing up because I was like, "Oh, too fast! Gotta go fast."
The only thing with that is I hated that because you had to switch into your PE clothes, right? So you're sweating like a pig, and you have to switch back to your regular clothes, and you're going into fourth period. I was like, why? And everybody's thinking up a storm and shit.
Everyone's like, "Who's got the pubes? Oh, do you have pubes yet?" Oh.
That's what I hated. It was like, oh, sweaty. Like, are you okay? I was like, my water, I'm dying over here.
Then everyone's whipping out their particulars. You're like, no, thank you. I'm not here at the meat shop.
You get. So yeah, that was a little flash. And remember, everybody was wearing those damn Axe body sprays back in the day. Everybody's like a half a gallon. That was my story. Did you ever use that Axe or natural?
I mean, like I was just starting to mess with deodorant, and I was very excited. But
I didn't know about deodorant, fool.
Yeah, I was like, oh, deodorant, and what else? What was the other exciting thing? Like a razor for your one little whisker.
Oh yeah.
Hey. I'm a real man now. All right.
I didn't get none of that until I was what 20. Anyways, that's beyond me. That's too much information. You know, another thing too, like I was using the gel deodorant, and then like I didn't know, like I thought it was supposed to burn all the time. Like, yeah, it's working. It was like, why? It's burning. And then I looked, I was like, nope, I'm having an allergic reaction. So yeah. Whoa. FYI. I mean, too much information. But anyways, moving on. So there's a girl named Bethany picks on Ellie, and she's like, what are you gonna do about it? Give me my headphones back. She's like, no, like your homegirl's not here to protect you no more. Oh yeah, so what she does?
What she doing? Oh girl, oh you was an asshole. And then she said, Hoopa!
So you popped one in the face, boom, and
it had to have been more than one. She got 15 stitches.
I was gonna say that, like they scrapped for a bit. We didn't get to see that, but it was announced in the what's it called? The counselor told her, like, yeah, that girl needed 15 stitches. Yep. So yeah, so the guidance counselor you give him two options. Either you want the coffee cup, or you want the keys. The keys meaning you want to be an officer or you want to be a grunt. I want to be an officer. So I guess this guy's looking out for her, type of thing.
Yeah. Or whatever that mattered.
I know, right? And then we flash forward into her in the room reading her comic book, Invincible, I think it was.
I wish.
I know, right?
Love that comic. Oh.
So she's reading a comic. She goes, lights out, so everybody's knocked out. And all of a sudden, we hear someone open her window and steps in and holds her mouth. Man, these people suck at hearing people sneak up on them, huh?
Yeah. At least they stay with the constant.
Like every single time, it's like, all right, don't worry, we're gonna hear them when they come in. Nope.
I thought you would think it was funny.
That's
Attempted
what
kidnapping.
he tipped the kid. So yeah, so the girl is being revealed as Riley. So he's like,
Riley.
where you been, Riley? I thought you were dead. It's been 3 days. He's like, right, chill. Where you been at?
Oh, was
I,
it? It was like months, wasn't it?
was it a month?
I'm
Yeah.
pretty sure it was 3 months. Some shit.
You were gone for so long. Where you been at? He's like, oh, I became a firefly. Like, shut up, man. Don't joke about that. He's like, no, no, for reals.
I'm serious. Look at my butt. It glows.
you
There's firefly people?
know what? You know what? Every time they say I'm a firefly, it reminds me of the girl from the Princess Frog, that the June bug, I think it was called, the little
Cool.
firefly,
Yeah, I haven't seen that movie.
the little country guy. Just hilarious. So of course, this Riley girl tells Ellie to get ready to go. He's like, I'm not going.
Okay,
So
you're gonna say no, but then you say yes. No. Okay, now's the part where
And
you
you
say,
say,
all right, easy. Okay. Like, all right. Yeah, that's funny to me that like I don't know funny, but it's actually it's really sad. But like she is like the perfect contrast to Ellie. Like she takes Ellie's
bullshit,
yeah, but she
arrogantness.
like reflects it right back at her. Yeah, like that.
Like
Like
they known each other type of thing. Like you already know how you were gonna act and
yeah,
type of
she's
thing.
like, I know you're gonna throw this shit at me, so just all right, get it over with, and then next.
Yeah.
Like, not many people I think could handle Ellie's form of sass.
It's like a married couple type of thing.
Hmm?
Like you already know the 2 steps before it comes.
Yeah, and it's like, how surprising is it that she's a freedom fighter now? Like, look at her; she looks like a freedom fighter. She got the TM freedom fighter hairstyle and the bandana.
She's ready to go, rocking it. Get the hair out your face.
Yeah, right.
So yeah, so like okay, so they escape and they go through these buildings, and then we come across this dead person. Dude, I thought he was gonna jump or something like "Bah," type of thing. I was waiting for it. I was like, he's gonna jump, But what ended up happening to it? It was hilarious. And everybody's like, I know.
That part was really funny, but like I love that they rescued the bottle and that like that was the dumbest thing you could possibly do, and 100% that you would have done it too. You're like, it's so stupid. Don't do that. Don't drink the hooch from the guy who
Dead
died
guy.
of mysterious causes.
I thought it
But
was piss
yeah,
or something. I was like, what?
no, for
Uh,
sure. Yeah, right. It might have been. And they don't forget little kids.
it was fermented piss, anyways. Didn't somebody tell this guy not to drink pills at the same time?
Oh, I think he knew what he was doing. Well, I love how Ellie was just busting up laughing. Just more of her dark humor.
More sinister stuff. He's like, why are you laughing? It's not funny. It's like, it was you're laughing too. He's like, yeah, a little bit, but that's messed up.
And
So yeah,
then
so
rather
they
than get away
yeah,
from
go
the
ahead.
weak floor, they just stand there for a minute.
I thought the whole thing was gonna collapse in the middle. I was like, what?
Right?
You'd be like, all right, let's keep going because it's just gonna fall on us. Oh well. So they're in the rooftop. He's like, here, you want a swig? So they take a swig each. You're like, how is it? It's good. It's good. So that's when they spilled the beans. Like, yeah, like this guy spotted me and she wanted to make me a firefly. Let me hold your handgun. No, you cannot hold my handgun. Oh, Miss Badass already, huh?
Yeah,
So yeah,
that's
so then
exactly the peer pressure that they're talking about.
I know.
That's just like, oh, I'm sorry. You're too good to let me hold you. Give me the damn gun.
You're the damn
You're like,
good.
"Okay." Yeah, it's that easy peer pressure.
Stay away from it.
Uh-huh.
Just say no, kids. So yeah, so they bust like the crow move, jumping from rooftop to rooftops, with the
Yeah.
crow following them and the badass song playing. That was none of that, but every day I dream. What's it called? Dead Soul starts playing.
I don't know. That sounded like a Prince song. What was that?
Oh, sorry. Forgot the lyrics. Dang it. One of my favorite.
BYT for the young thing. Wait, was that Prince or
Jumping over the rooftops.
Anyway.
So they jump into the rooftop. Well, they make it to the way. It's like, so where are we going? He goes, we're here. And she goes, where? And she looked down. There's a crack. What? We cannot go there? I mean, why not? Like, it's been sealed off. There's infected in there. Is it really sealed off? I guess not. They reveal they're going to the mall. We're going shopping.
Right. This is where it was hard for me to differentiate whether it was a TV show or just real life. This is really what malls look like now.
Oh, bushes everywhere.
They're sealed off. They're like looted and empty. Go to Santa Monica. Third Street Pier. Good God. Oh, it's an absolute ghost town. It's just so sad.
That's messed up, man.
That's what it is.
There's money tied right now, dude. That's what we're living in an apocalyptic world right now. Everything is tight.
What's that one zombie banger? Apocalyptic.
I got you, get the apocalyptic. Oh yeah. So they make it to the mall, and then Riley goes, "All right, I want you to go in there, make a left and a right, left." Like, what is that? Yeah, just do it. And she goes, "Okay, I'll go." And then she goes there. Of course, her battery of her flashlight dies. I didn't know where we're at the first, and all of a sudden it becomes like Christmas, man. With the light starts turning on, like.
Yeah.
It goes. I like how it goes by row by row by row. It's pretty nice in there, man. It's pretty cool. You have the bushes, a lot of product placement. Instead of ESPN, is Spirit.
No, that was a thing. That's a
was it? Oh, okay.
It's a real shoe store.
And then you got a Gap, you know. And then it's funny how she the first thing she's noticed is the stairs, the electronic stairs.
Oh yeah, electronic stairs.
It's called the
escalator.
The escalators. I'm going down. I'm going up. I'm going nowhere. I'm stuck.
Did you ever go the opposite direction as a kid?
Yeah, and I fucking ate it.
Oh, nice.
I fucking put my hand like this. I fell, and I was like, ah! After that, I got fucking smacked in my face. My mom was like, "Sí, te dije que no hicieras eso." And then, pop. Sorry, mom.
Cálmate, hijo. Mijo.
Pretty much.
I used to do that all the time, man.
Dude, you know what's scary? Like, one time my brother had his shoelace untied, and that shit got stuck, dude. He's like, yo, panic. He's like, I can't get out. I'm like, take off your shoes. But they're new. I don't care. Take them off. So
yeah,
you got.
That's why escalators be breaking down once a week.
Dude, the panic look in his face, he's about to get like French kisser. But anyways, yeah, man.
Oh, man.
Don't play with the escalators.
Imagine getting eaten by an escalator. What a way to go.
Dude, that didn't happen in I know we're getting off topic, but that movie with the Final Destination, the last one. Remember? When the theater explodes in the...
Man, I don't know. I think I stopped watching Destinations after a while because how many finals can there be?
Well, talk to the NBA.
I know for sure I watched the first one and maybe the second one. After that, it's just kind of hit or miss. But I don't go near a truck that has logs on it anymore. I will immediately switch lanes. No, thank you.
Nope, I'm good.
Nah.
You see a cop and wood in front of you? Yeah, you gotta make a left or right or exit ASAP. All right, so continuing on. So they're walking, you know, and Riley she said, I have 5 wonders for you. So I lined up. She's like, what do you mean? You set this up for me? She's like, yeah. So she goes, close your eyes. And as soon as she grabbed her hand, she's like, in my head, is like, is she getting the feels right now? Not knowing that that's the way she was going, you know, like you could see right away. Like as soon as she grabbed her hand, she was like, oh, giddy and loose.
Yeah, then it was a date, you know.
That's why I was not seeing it until like, wait a second, you could see it slowly progress.
I mean, I knew already how it went down, but yeah,
Yeah,
at
see,
that
I forgot
point it
about
was like, oh, that's when it becomes a date.
So they get inside the carousel and they're drinking, drinking, passing that wine, and they're getting all leafy and goofy. Salud.
Sorry.
That's what the clicker said. It's one of the warning. So after that, they go shopping and all this, and then she goes, "I have another surprise for you." It's like, what? Dude, they go to the arcade and play what? Salud.
Sheesh.
There you go. There's a lot of spores in his cabin right now.
Jesus. All right. Mortal Kombat. Remember, she found Mortal Kombat and the other thing, and then she looked at it like, ah. Now we know that she played that.
MK2.
Bro, I like how they played that like one time and they knew more fatalities than me. Like, what do you? Yeah, that's so hard to do.
Hell yeah! She goes up, down, left, right, down, down, and she's like, "What is it?"
But
Morocco wins.
I mean, she probably found like a Game Informer magazine or whatever from. That was like what 2003. That shit was already dead by then. Get out of here. I don't know how she figured it.
Probably an old manual or something.
Maybe she spent all 3 months there.
She probably went to a control pad or a GameStop or something. Or KB Toys. That's where I used to buy my games.
Their stock would skyrocket again. So
I wonder how Ed Boon is feeling that he's getting a lot of MK love right now.
Well, I mean, he always is.
I mean, like getting like heavily featured,
Oh, just wait. They're gonna announce the next one very soon, I'm sure.
Speaking of game adaptations. So yeah. So they're playing the games, and you hear the loud music playing, and they're having a great time. And then we cut into this doll freaking close up. Remember, he goes into the shop. There's like a doll, and then we run into there's like slow creeping music. Then we get to see a wallflower clisser.
Oh wait, you skipped the part where they looked at the Victoria's Secret.
Oh yeah.
And she's like, "I'd like to see you wearing this." And, shut up.
And then she's like, she goes back and look at it. Look at it.
But nah, he don't deserve it. But I do. She was really thinking about risking it for that biscuit right there.
She was like, "Hey Joe." Huh? Whoa.
Yeah,
kind of feeling like weird though.
You know what? Okay, so the part where we see the wallflower clicker, I gotta say, like up until that point, it's a different take. Like a lot of horror movies and stuff, you're like, oh, you're alone in the mall, like that there's like danger, and you see like something creeping along and whatever.
Oh, the little cuts with the people walking in front of the camera.
Yeah, there's always something. But this time, there was nothing up until that point.
Yes.
Because they wanted you. And I really felt like this with Sam and whatever his name was, the brother. Henry.
Oh, Henry.
Like at the end, I felt like they want you to be there. Yeah. And I felt that again with this mall thing. Like, you're having a good time too. You want to see what the wonders are. And up until that point, you were safe and secure with them. You felt like, it's all good. There's nothing down here.
Exactly.
They didn't foreshadow at all. They didn't like, oh yeah, it's gonna go south. Like, not at all. Until that point.
It was warmth and inviting, and you see a love story type of thing progressing.
Yeah.
So after we see the wallflower, Ellie is like, you know what? I have to go back. My shift is about to start in 3 hours. Don't we all feel like that sometimes? Like, oh, I gotta get some sleep because I gotta be up soon. Then Riley goes like, do you really have to go? Like, I have a surprise for you. And she goes, really? I do like surprises. So they walk over here to a taco. Was like one of those food court things. Like, is it a taco? Is it a dinosaur? And then Riley is like, dude, you're being annoying. Shut up. She's like, okay. And that's when Riley gives Ellie the book of
Yo, dad jokes.
exactly
Volume
gives
2.
none was it? No pun intended those.
Yeah, hell yeah. So like, was
Does
this
that
the
really
same one that?
exist?
Oh, I'm sure it does. Was this the same one that she was reading with Joel?
Yes.
The diarrhea runs in your genes.
Classic. We should
Yeah,
make a t-shirt out of that.
I loved it. That was my favorite part of the DLC. Is that like they're running around the whole time and they keep reading from the book and
That's
like talking.
awesome. I didn't know that.
I'd love it so much. So
I gotta
yeah,
go
she
find that clip now.
finds a book. Yeah, it's pretty good.
And after that, Ellie's just walking around her little cabin. I mean, her little taco spot, and she like that's when she runs into the explosive, and she goes, "Do you make these?" She's like, and then Riley is like, what are you talking about?" And she's like, "Wait a second, this is not a date. You did this for me. Like, this is an outpost. They put you here. You're a firefly. Like, what?" She's like, "Yeah, but you're gonna use this to kill the people in Fedra." It's like, "Yeah, but they won't know or harm you." But they're not gonna. It's like kind of like Kang. He's like, "Yeah, but I'm not gonna destroy you. I'll
Yeah,
destroy everybody else except you." You're like, "I love you." He's like, "Yeah, but what's gonna make them stop and not do it?" And then of course she gets mad. Ellie does, and she's like, "You know what? This is over. I'm leaving." And then that's when the Ellie's walking away, and that's when Riley drops the bomb that I'm leaving Boston, and she stops in her tracks. And she goes, "Then what you did this for?" It's like, "I wanted to say goodbye and come with me." And like I was trying to make you a firefly too, but then she said, "No, you can't be a firefly." And then of course Ellie goes, "Then this is goodbye," and she walks off angrily. But then she gets second thoughts, remorse, right? And then
yeah.
she stops and she comes back, and then you hear her scream like, "Ah, ah!" I was like, "Oh no, the wildflower got her." Foreshadowing.
Nope.
And then she runs really fast, and we go into this was it Halloween store,
Yeah.
and that's what the little
Spirit
thing,
Halloween. There's
the
probably
little
a ghost
thing.
downstairs.
Hey, the same freaking employees are probably there, man. They're all dead. They keep hiring the same people back and forth.
Yeah. Did you ever see the? I follow the. Was it the Glendale Twitter account or whatever, the Americana memes?
Oh yeah.
it's like it's like Sears, and then it's like Barry from the Flash TV show, and he's like doing a piece like over the grave of Sears, and then it's like Spirit Halloween is waiting to take it over right next.
You
Too
know, I
real.
applied for that and I got rejected. Son of a bitch. I wasn't
Oh
scary
man,
enough.
don't worry. There's 500 other Spirit Halloweens.
Uh, so yeah, so yeah, it turned out to be one of those little jump scare type of puppets, and she goes, "Ah, I got you." She's like, "It's not funny." She's like, "I thought you were dead or something." She goes, "Please don't go. Please don't go."
Baby, please don't.
So they're trying to like discuss it. Like, "Are you really leaving?" She's like, "Come with me." She's like, "Can," type of thing. And then just when they reveal that she takes her cassette player, her
Yeah.
Walkman, she plugs it up to the loudspeakers and hands her a wolf in a was a clown mask.
Yeah.
I bet you those are gonna be selling during Halloween watch. I bet you anything they're gonna be selling those masks.
I don't know. It's a little too early in the year.
Think so?
Yeah, there's probably going to be all kinds of other spoopy shit between now and then.
I feel like they're gonna be Joel and Ellie costumes.
What are they going to wear? It was like, I don't know.
Or a lot of inflatable clickers. What do you think? A lot of
Yeah,
clickers
yeah,
like costumes?
bigger stuff. We'll see. It would be like how I was going to do with the mushrooms.
Oh yeah.
Really.
So yeah, so that's so they progress. So she goes, stop. She goes, please don't go. And she goes, okay. And then they take off the mask, and
That's how we spread the mushrooms.
so they kiss, and then she's like, I didn't mean to. And then that's when she's like, you didn't mean to do what? And then the biggest grin on her mouth, like, really? You're one of them too?
Yeah.
She's like, yeah. Like, what do we know now? Nothing could stop us, baby. I was like, oh no. So of course the French kisser got excited. She's like, my turn, my turn. So we see like a French kisser from the back, you know, it's like rattling around. He's like, Ellie, be ready to run. She's like, what do you mean? And all of a sudden, give me a smooch. So the
Yeah.
flower, what's it called? The flower
Wallflower.
clisser, the wallflower clisser just jumps out of him, starts chasing him around. Dude, you could see the fear on Ellie's face. Like, get off me! What are you doing?
Yeah, it's crazy.
Ah!
The whole thing with Ellie, like, they really made her look a lot younger, and it was just like they cut her hair differently.
Oh yeah, it was like more flowered out.
Yeah, and like I looked and I was like, yeah, she looks a lot younger. I don't know.
So yeah, so the clisters around the store, you know, and then Riley gets what 3 shots in the clister, and it still doesn't go down.
Yeah.
So that's when the clister has Riley pinned against the wall, and then Ellie comes out and she stabs him in the head. She goes, "Ah!" And she's celebrating. She's like, "Yeah, holy shit, you saw that? It was cool." And then what's the reveal?
They got bitten. She
Damn,
got bitten.
son of a bitch. So she looks down and she's screaming, "No, no, no, no! Life is about to get good. No!" And that's when Riley looks at Ellie and she shows her hand, and you see
Yeah.
blood start trickling
Also got
down.
bit.
She got bit too. That was sad, man. To get to live the life and all of a sudden it gets taken away. We didn't know though. She didn't know. I didn't know.
I did.
So they sit down, you know, and then Ellie gets upset, starts breaking the whole cabinets and stuff, busting a riot.
Yeah, the duality
Frustration.
of man with this, the dichotomy of Ellie being violent and
Riley, Riley.
what's the word I'm looking for? Like she's out there
She's
she's making a scene.
making a scene.
But also then there's Riley just there accepting it because Riley knows loss and she knows pain and I guess they didn't say it at all, but I guess Ellie's parents were already gone when she was a baby or something.
Yeah.
So she didn't know that loss and pain.
Pain. Gravitational push. Sorry. So yeah, so they sit down and they embrace each other. It's like I have 2 options. Like first option is we do it now, we end our ourselves, or second option is we let it ride.
Yeah, we
And
stay alive until we turn into monsters and ruin the mall for the next person to come down here. That's what I was thinking. Like, look like you assholes. Like,
you're gonna stay
that's
there.
probably
And
what the
shit.
last guy thought, and look what he did to you.
I know, right? You got sport on. So yeah, so then after that we flash forward to Ellie going in the house, looking around, looking for something, and then she finds it, and then she goes down, she comforts Joel, and then it was revealed that she gets what's it called, a stitching kit. It was like a needle and a string.
Yeah.
And she starts stitching him up, which must be really painful. He's like, ah, ooh, ah.
Yeah, that stab wound looked pretty gnarly.
It looked like a bite mark, huh?
Yeah, a little
Not
bit. It
really.
was like, I mean, it looked more than he got a little shanky panky.
Sheesh. So yeah, after that, I just fades to black, playing a cool song. And that's how the episode ends, my compadres.
Yeah. Real quick, what did you feel about this episode?
I feel like the another thing too is like they give it the love and attention. Like, oh, I want to see where this character goes, and at the end of the game, you can kill him. Every time I'm getting attached to a character, like they off them. So I think I should just stop caring for characters.
Yeah, and this
Type
show
of
is
thing, you know. Again with Sam and Henry, like, oh, cool, this is gonna be a cool team. You know, those four right. No,
I mean, it was like The Walking Dead. Every time you liked a character,
and then it was like with Kevin and what's his name?
Kevin.
Kevin and the not Kevin, Joel, not Joel. Episode 3, you know what I'm talking about.
Neither one was Kevin. All right, so
it's like those two, you know. You get a full episode, like, oh, this is cool, you know. They're gonna help. No, they didn't survive.
okay. But in the game, Kevin 1 hangs himself after finding out that he's deathly ill, and he leaves a very hateful letter to Kevin 2.
Really?
Who kills himself.
I didn't know that.
Yeah. So
that's why he kills himself.
Yeah. So they were both much
Kevin.
more. I mean, it was a happier, nicer story in the show.
Oh wow!
The Kevins got together and they made sweet Kevin love.
Hearing Kevin Hart, watching Kevin on TV. It all ties in. How you feel about it?
At first, I was like, "This is unnecessary. This is pointless. Why are we doing this?" I wanted to see Ellie try to get herself out of this, and Joel. I wanted to see momentum, and I wanted to see more story. And I didn't care how she got there. I didn't care what she had to do to get there. I didn't care about her damn bite.
Her origin story?
Yeah, honestly, no.
Honestly, look, I thought they were going to chop each other's hands off or something, you know? I thought they were going to do that. Like, quickly, here, chop this off.
They haven't explored the choppy choppies. We don't know if that's Nafi yet. Not at all. Nobody's done that yet. But when we got into it, it was nice. Like, that to me is like where I'm like, all right, do we want to stay true to the game and to all the lore that's already established, or do we want to explore a little more? And it was like they chose to stay very true to the game. And I was like, how many people have seen this? Like, we already know. It's not new or exciting. I'd rather see where they go from here. But I imagine to people who have not played the game, like I watched it with somebody who had not played the game, and it was all new to them, and it was nice, you know?
Yeah.
So I see both. It was not like a disappointment because I knew it was going to happen. It was nice.
You know when it was coming.
They need to really play it hard for the next 2 episodes then.
A big climactic fight or...
Yeah. Well, they were supposed to get down with some crazy shit, but I guess that'll be the next episode.
And then what, episode 9 just make it there? Or just
they were pretty much already there.
Or what do you think? Leaving a cliffhanger for season 2?
No, they're doing all the way through the story of the first game.
Well, they have to, man. If not, I'll be pissed.
No, they are.
I want to see that. I want to see the point where they get to the fireflies and
yep,
and all that good stuff.
And there's room for it for sure. It's just I had hoped that they would have delved a little more into what's coming ahead before, like one episode dedicated to that and then one dedicated to the next thing.
I was going to ask you, you think these 2 episodes we could have done without? With the Kevin and him, and then episode 3 and this one, and they just shortchange it, or they just did it for filler? Not filler, but trying to cushion it.
To me, they're not the same thing. I mean, from a viewer perspective, strictly a viewer, they're the same thing. But somebody who played the game and who was also watching, it's not. They took a little bit of lore and a couple of little teasers, and then they built the whole Bill and Frank episode. And that was nice. That
Oh
was
yeah,
what
Bill and
you
Frank.
want to see. You want to see them take some lore and some things that have been hinted at here and there, and to expand upon it.
Yeah.
Because that's the entire purpose of this medium, is to expand upon things. Whereas this episode was exactly the DLC.
Ah, okay, I see. That's
It
why,
was
because I don't remember that much as.
it did not deviate at all. It was except the only difference is in the DLC you see Ellie shoot her after
Oh, really?
she turns, Ellie pops her.
Sheesh, I did not know
And you
that.
know that in the show because she says, "I've done this before." That's what she's referring to.
Damn, put it all together. Hey man, good job.
So
That's why they're inside man.
I feel more that the Kevin and Kevin episode is necessary for this medium, but it's nice to see both. I'm down with both. You know.
That was great, man. Great take. But yeah, I'm excited to see where it's gonna go. Like, let's see if Joe recovers from his stitching incident, or are we gonna do one of those 10 days later type of thing, or a month later you're gonna be stuck in there. But there's no food in that house. There's nothing, so they're asked out, and they're kind of far away from home because they're what, in Seattle, I think it is.
Man,
No, they're somewhere in the north because he
Yeah.
has to go north. Yeah, someone mid north. So they have to. They're far away from Tommy. There's no way to reach him. There's no radio. And then hopefully Joe gets his mojo back and stop doubting himself as being a dad. Like sometimes, like, I can't do this. You cry in a little corner in the shower. I try my best. I try my best. You know what I'm saying? But I hope Joe becomes the fighter that we see later on in the game and all this, and take down some. Who they're up against? Everybody, no? Fedra and what's it called, the Ravengers? No, the Raiders.
I mean, it's mostly Raiders that they're defending themselves against. Um, but the Fireflies, as you know, they want to make a vaccine from her blood or whatever.
Yeah,
But as was hinted in the very first freaking episode, you can't make a vaccine from blood. You can't make a vaccine against mushrooms.
you got
There's no point. So they might be at odds with the Fireflies as well. You know.
exactly. Well, yeah, guys, that's our take and give on this episode. Let us know what you think we're heading, or if they're gonna be a season 2 or not, or how we're doing. Give us a review. No, like what's it called? Take this survey and let us know how we're doing. 1-800 this and this and that.
Yeah.
I'm just playing, guys. Like I said, we're gonna be our, well, not gonna say our last review, but it's gonna be our last review in a while. As soon as The Last of Us ends, we're gonna go into our own continuity and deviate until we see a Marvel show pop up, maybe later down the future line. I think it makes sense, right, Hitman?
You're probably.
We're
I think you're a variant.
and I
You got to be pruned.
and our King in depth what's it called, in depth bio
Yeah, biopic sounds right.
with the Hitman and me breaking it down for you guys. So it's gonna pop in soon. Also, a very cool music video that I've been working on. So I know the Hitman's gonna love it when he sees it. Yeah, stay tuned to the channel. Thank you for 129 subs. I hope we make it to 2 bills by the end of this month. Come on, help us get to 200. And the giveaways and shirts and everything are coming down the pipeline. We're just trying to recuperate from the holidays because we had what, a big one for the World Cup. That was a
Yeah.
big giveaway that we did, and also Christmas. No, October, November. I can remember. We did another one. So yeah. So the giveaways are coming back again, or contest. So we're deciding how you guys are gonna win or not. Stay tuned. Or we might be playing for a viewer like you.
Like
You closing arguments, statements here.
I don't know, man. I already said my shit. Looking forward to the next.
You already said his shit. For no Hitman Left Behind, I am the Zombie. This is and has been the Hitman and the Zombie show.
Yeah.
Till next time, much love and peace.